We have here our second delivery from Hard Motorsports. We have our Hard Motorsports chassis mount for the new spoiler, and we have the APR performance wing with the custom Hard Motorsports adapters to it. We're going to be doing an unboxing, and then later on we'll be putting the wing on the car. We have a new trunk because the trunk I have on the car has the ducktail riveted to it. So I actually have a separate trunk, and if I want to, I can actually go back and forth between the two setups.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I want you. Used to pay my mind life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know no patience. So won't you please stay up in line? You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
We have the spoiler assembled now, and as you can see, the spoiler is very wide. In fact, I'm 6 foot and the spoiler is 71 inches, and you can see that it's basically the same height as I am. We're excited to get this put on the car. We're gonna get the chassis mounts put on. With the removal of the rear windows and the Hard Motorsports lightweight windows we put in the car, we're thinking with this and that other project, we only gained a couple pounds total. So the weight on the car is still very low. We're not adding hardly any weight with this project. So now that we've got the car completely disassembled, the rear bumper came off and the trunk came off so that we can swap it out with the other one. Now we're gonna be mounting these brackets. There's only one orientation they can go on the car. So one goes passenger and one goes driver side. So they'll sit on there like this. And then right here is where we will be mounting the other plate that cuts through the bumper, and the spoiler will be grabbing that.
Alright, so we got the trunk switched. We have the locks tested and they work great. We have the trunk aligned. We left the wiring out, so when we drill in for the supports, we don't hit any wiring.
As the hardware goes for these, this all thread is what's going to be going through the supports into the trunk. And that's what these 3 washers and these 3 nuts are. These 2 here are these 2 that bolt into this. And this pull pin right here is gonna be what lets you open the trunk when you're ready. Now what we're gonna be doing is cutting the rear bumper so that we can get these up off the chassis of the car.
All right, so we're gonna be holding this right where it's gonna sit right there. And we're gonna hold this mounting bracket on here, just like that, so that it is as low as we can get it, so that it sits as flush to that as we can get it. And then pull this back off, mount it to the bumper, so when we slide the bumper on, this is in the right position.
Now that we've got these where we want them, we have the slits cut out in the bumper. We're gonna be cleaning up all the tools in the area. We'll be putting the bumper back on. And once we get to that point, we can then put the mounts on the trunk and be putting the spoiler on real soon. So we're gonna be mounting up these to the spoiler just to make sure that the width on the chassis mounts are correct. So now that we know it's going to fit properly, we're going to be drilling our 3 holes. There'll be 3 on this side. And then once we're done with all of that, we actually drill our own hole into this, because every application will be a little bit different. So they want us to drill our own hole here so that we know it fits perfect.
So we've taped up the spoiler to help us guide where we're going to put the holes in the trunk. We had a few ideas and we chose to use quite a few of them, but we took some of the tape and put the sticky side out over top of the hole and put a hole through it so we can hold it up to the car and stick the tape to the car so we'll know exactly where to drill our hole. And so we did that in just a few variations, but we've got all 6 holes taped up, and we're gonna put it on the car and drill our holes. And we're doing this just to make sure that we don't drill our holes more than we need to. We just wanna get all 6 holes drilled the way they're supposed to be the first time.
So we actually had to disconnect our mounts from the spoiler in order to mount it to the trunk. We are a little bit off on this side on our measurements, so this part right here does buckle a little bit. But we're going to bend this piece right here, so when we drill our holes on both sides, the pins will fit right in there, and then we'll mount the spoiler up and we'll be good to go.
Alright, so we got this APR wing paired with these hard Motorsports mounts mounted up to the car, mounted up really well. We're really satisfied with the build quality.
Yeah, everything's been great. We now have 4 items on the car that are from Hard Motorsports. Everything's been super high quality. It's fit almost perfectly everything. Very, very little modifications. We've been very happy with their custom items for the E46, and we'll continue to go back to them.
To make you think a little more, you